Bhoot Bahare. This session starts, which is the debate session, and today we assembled 5 people, 3 on the proposition and 2 on the opposition to debate the motion, and the motion is United States should lower the voting age. On the proposition team, we have 3 people. One is Pearl. Can we have a huge round of applause? As I take the name, please give them a huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Number 2, we have Paul. A huge round of applause for him. And number 3, Rebecca. Can we have a huge round of applause for all 3 people who are on the proposition team? So they are on the proposition team. And on the opposition team, which is to my left-hand side, we have Mr. Robert. Can we have a huge round of applause to Mr. Robert, please? And also for Maiken. Can we have a huge round of applause to Mr. Maiken? Can we all make the clap go on, please? Thank you so much, lovely. So now these students have only been working in a parliamentary debate for almost a week. So we applaud their courage and we celebrate their work that they have put in together to bring this debate to you here today. Thank you. So with that note, we would begin with the debate. Wish you all the best and huge round of applause once again for them, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Pearl. To begin with, I would like to thank my English home, the opposition team for being here, and my team members, because I needed their support. And I am glad that we didn't have to use a substitute today. We are going to discuss today lowering the voting age to 16 and 17 years old. The first issue that I would like to bring up is driving. The government allows 16 and 17 years old to drive potential and deadly weapons. I mean, you can run over people. Of course. Can't you? Then why can't we trust them with votes? I agree that the highest percentage of car crashes may be caused by teenagers, but that may be contributed to just because they are new, not because they make bad decisions. Also, 95% of our drivers drive great. And if 95% of our voters are educated, wouldn't our country be led by a great president? Sure, I will take your point.
Wouldn't voting be new to these kids? We have seen them trying the things that are new to them, and they don't do so well. And so don't you think they wouldn't do great in voting?
No, because they have taken government classes and they have taken history. They have had years of study on government. Letting teenagers drive was a great idea. Maybe voting will be too.
16 and 17 years old are cast without representation, and this does not include the sales tax. Yes, there are few exceptions to this, such as child actors like the Gerber baby or the little girl in the Barbie commercial. But they probably will not gather the interest to go and vote anyway. They are too busy acting for their commercial series and shows. Besides, the majority of voters taxed without representation are 16 and 17 years old. They should be allowed to vote. 16 and 17 years old are intelligent enough to make a responsible decisions. A lot of people say that if 16 and 17 years old students wanted to vote, they would vote just as their parents would tell them to. But the same kind of argument was used less than 100 years ago when women were not allowed to vote. It was said that women would vote just as their husband would tell them to.
This is also said against Afro-Americans because they were said to vote as white people would. Eventually, we let these groups vote. And it was found out that they were responsible, educated, and voted for the right president or the campaigning officer. I would also like to quote a girl named Rebecca Tilson. She said, if these 16 and 17-year-olds are old enough to get sick in the nation which has the worst public health care, if they are old enough to get educated in the schools that are underfunded by the government, if they are old enough to live in poverty in the richest nation in the world, they should be able to play a part in making the country better. Yes, I will take your point.
But what about little kids that live in poverty and the little kids who get sick? Don't they have the right to vote?
No, because we are talking about 16 and 17-year-olds and not the small children. Our country's voter turnout is at its all-time low. We need increase in votes, and increase would be great. I would once again like to thank camera crew, opposition and my team.
Hello everyone, my name is Robert. First, I would like to take a moment to thank you all for coming here today, including the proposition team for debating again. Lowering the voting age will have no benefit. We will be giving 16 and 17-year-old responsibility that vote would want and when minorities at all. Why would they be concerned about other issues or even bother to make political decisions? 16 and 17-year-old possibly make 2.7% of the US population or somewhere around 7 million. If they were allowed to vote, they alone could win the elections one way or the other. Do you really want 16 and 17 who don't have any that much political experience to have that much impact on the direction of the important issues like leading nations? Most 16 and 17 haven't even taken political classes. Even 18-year-old is more mature than 16 and 17-year-old are. When you are 18, you normally in the college of your own, having your own responsibilities and making your own decisions. When you are in college, you normally live in dormitories away from your family. So parents really don't have any say what you do and who you vote for. Yes, I will take a point.
Wouldn't this make them more vulnerable to peer pressure instead of a parental pressure?
I would like to answer this.
Sure.
Yes, that is another issue. 16 and 17-year-old are more open to peer pressure than those 18-year-old are. Because when you are 16 and 17, you are in high school and you want to impress the popular crowd around you. Whereas when you are 18, you are an adult and so you are considered to be on your own. It is often claimed that if a younger person was given the right to vote, he might vote after what his parents instruct him to, confining political power to those who have children. Another issue I said earlier will be peer pressure. When you are younger, you are more open to influence and you want to impress the popular crowd around you. It is also possible that if your best friend is voting for someone, you might vote for them as well. Doesn't one thing lead to another? When you are given an inch, you take a mile. Yes, I would like to take a point.
You also stated that a person might vote for who their best friends will vote for because of peer pressure. But isn't it true that voting is an opinion and you can vote for whoever you want to?
Yes, but what if their best friend would say, hey, vote for this person because you'll be cool doing that. And you'll be like, okay, maybe I should vote for that person. The proposition team also stated that less than 100 years ago, it was women who were not allowed to vote. We should not forget that it is today we are talking about. However, less than 100 years ago, there exists prejudice against women, where the men thought they overpowered the women and were smarter than them. The proposition team also stated that we should allow 16 and 17-year-old to vote just because they get sick and they live in poverty. What does that have to do with voting? Doesn't everyone get sick once in a lifetime? So should everyone be allowed to vote? The proposition team also stated that no taxation without the representation. The proposition team acts as if the 16 and 17 are the only non-voters being taxed. What about child actors? Should they be allowed to vote just because their income is taxed?
You also stated that a person might vote. The opposition team also stated, wouldn't 16 and 17-year-olds be new to voting if they were new to driving also? Well, voting is an opinion and you can vote for whoever you want to. Voting for a presidential election is an opinion in fact, so there is no wrong and right about it. The opposition team also stated that giving teens this chance to vote is like giving them a lot of responsibility. But isn't it true that we are preparing them to become an adult? Don't they need to take up their responsibilities? Yes, I will take your point.
Don't you think that it's too much responsibility for them at one time? Haven't we seen kids getting stressed out, especially 16 and 17-year-olds?
I would like to answer that.
Sure.
No, I completely disagree to your point. Because voting is not something they have to do. They are in fact volunteering it to do it. So it's not like putting too much pressure on them. The opposition team also stated that 16 and 17 years old are under peer pressure because of their best friends. As their best friends would say, oh, vote for so and so because they will do this and that for you. Well, I also stated earlier that voting is an opinion. And there is no right and wrong about that. We need more competition between the opponents to win an election. So we let 16 and 17 years old vote. Don't you think it will lead to more competition between them? Sure, I will take your point.
So, you are going to put pressure on 16 and 17, just saying that we have less number of voters?
It's not like we are putting too much pressure on them. They will they want to vote. The opposition team also stated that 16 and 17 years old are most likely to be pressurized by their parents, as their parents will ask them to vote for the same candidate as them. This is so not true. I don't know any 16 or 17-year-old who actually listen to their parents. I know for the fact that I don't listen to my parents anymore. I mean, if a girl of 17 was given an opportunity to go for a party, but her mother says, "Oh honey, I'm sorry, but you have to be here at 5:30. Do you really think that she will actually listen to her mom? I don't think so. Sure, I will take your point.
If 16 and 17 are so disrespectful to authority figures, what do you think they'll do when they have the responsibility of choosing the leadership of a country?
I would like to answer that.
Sure.
Once again, voting is not the responsibility. Instead, it is an opinion. I mean, they can vote for whoever they want to. 16 and 17 years old will give a bigger size to the voter turnout. There will be more competition between the nominees for the president. And I think you should vote for the proposition team for this very reason. Thank you.
The proposition team stated that we should allow 16 and 17-year-old to vote just because we have less number of voters. Isn't it insane? Are we sure about the ability of 16 and 17 to vote for the right candidate?
They also stated that they have been taking classes such as history. But isn't it true that they should take classes such as economics and government, which are allowed as children when you are 18? Moreover, where are we going to draw the line? Because tomorrow you may even ask a 14-year child to vote. Due to the various reasons stated by us against the motion, I hope you will vote for the opposition team today. Thank you.
On behalf of the proposition team, I would once again like to thank you all. There are certain reasons for which you should vote for the proposition team. The main reasons are 16 and 17 years old have the responsibility to be able to drive and do a job. Then why shouldn't they be able to vote? Even though it may be an opinion, you should be allowed to vote. Even if they have peer pressure, voting is not something which is wrong. You should be allowed to vote. It will increase voter turnout. It will also increase competition between the candidates to win an election. The proposition team believes that 16 and 17 years old are not small kids, and if they are allowed to work and pay taxes, they should be allowed to vote as well. For this very reason, you should vote for the proposition team. Thank you.